Recreational fishing is one of Australia's favourite pastimes. Beautiful beach sceneries and warm weather combined with the prospect of a free feed and a fair bit of danger ensures that beaches and rocks around New South Wales have been a playground for many years. Combined with commercial fishing, this activity has led many species to the brink of existence. In 1997, the Marine Park Authority was created to manage important areas for sea organism populations to recover in. The area put aside within marine parks was less than 7% of the New South Wales coastline, but in March 2013, the Fisher and Shooters Party in New South Wales declared that science was getting in the way of their ability to kill things. Fatty O'Barrell and his Liberal Party decided that in order to privatise the electricity grid, they would need the support of the Fisher and Shooters Party, so the tiny areas put aside for sea life can now be fished. The Marine Park Association of New South Wales produces evidence of overfishing, depleting huge areas of coastline. It states that the removal of urchin predators by overfishing can allow the overgrazing of microalgae, and this is estimated to have produced barren areas to the extent of 50% of shallow rocky reefs in New South Wales. The one area in the state to retain its no-take status is the grey nurse shark nursery near Batemans Bay. The grey nurse shark was the first protected shark species in the world, having been hunted to near extinction by fishermen until 1984. There are approximately 1,200 individuals left in the wild, and evidence suggests there has been no recovery by this species over the period of protection. Incorrectly labelled as a man-eater, this gentle though fierce-looking animal was targeted by recreational fishermen with lines and with spears and is still threatened by commercial bycatch nets and shark netting entanglement today. Another species which suffers tremendously from land-based overfishing is the mulloway or jewfish. Its primary habitat is close to the shore around mangroves and shallow reef systems and is therefore accessible by New South Wales fishermen. Recent efforts to restrict the decline in this sought-after species include lowering the bag limit from 7 fish to 2 and increasing the legal size limit from 42 centimetres to 70 centimetres. From the mulloway's decline, we can realise recreational fishing's impact on a specific species in an area. Most data from the New South Wales Department of Fisheries suggests that if people adhere to the strict limits and sizes imposed upon fishermen within marine zones, there will be little impact on fish stocks, and recovery can still occur within these zones. The main impact on fish stocks over the previous century has by far been from commercial fishing and habitat destruction, mainly caused by coastal development. However, it is still a concern that the law allows people to take any number of these endangered populations of fish in areas specifically put aside for their recovery. It is important to remember that the hunting of these fish is not the only impact introduced to an area by the practice of fishing in sensitive areas. Rubbish and line pollution can also have a negative outcome upon the objectives of fish population recovery. The collection of bait in these areas also has a way of reducing biodiversity. By the removal of most of the conjovoy and small crabs in an area, we can see here upon the rocks of Bear Island in Sydney, an extremely popular fishing ground, the rocks are nearly void of all life. If we compare this to the next headland over, there are massive amounts of urchins and conjovoys still thriving on the rocks. Fishermen typically do not fish at the nudist beach. The challenge for governments in terms of creating working legislation is the correct zoning and community involvement regarding each marine zone's benefit. If education is employed as a tool to give knowledge to people of all socio-economic backgrounds and languages, these no-take zones may be seen as a boon rather than a restriction. Studies from Jamaica have seen endangered fish species double or triple on the outskirts of marine parks. Even Australia's own restrictions, such as those imposed on Ningaloo Reef, have seen some threatened marine species bounce back, given adequate time and protection. In conclusion, no-take zones within marine parks are of benefit to both recreational fishermen and scientists or conservationists which strive to maintain biodiversity in marine environments. It is only through community consultation and education that we can find a common ground and reach a common goal of there being more fish in our oceans. It is only through misinformation and political incompetence that we are not united in this issue. Both sides need to sit down and work it out, and we may not have very long.